One, two, three. One, two, three. Yay. Bubong. Hi.
Okay, so wala ko kahatin yung ano, assignment. Nakahatag ko assignment or wala?
Nakahatag, ma'am.
Kahatag, ma'am.
Nakahatag, ma'am.
Nakahatag. Okay, so ba't wala man diri ah? I think nara diri. Wala na ako na ano sa classwork. Okay. Okay, so in your assignment, no? Okay, so based in your assignment, okay, so we have here the questions. So what is geotechnical engineering? What is soil mechanics? Definition of soil in civil engineering field. Application of soil mechanics. So what is the importance of soil mechanics in the civil engineering field? Then differentiate saturated soil and unsaturated soil. Then what are the what are the five main interacting factors that affect soil formation, and illustrate and explain rock cycle. Okay. So I think no, based on your assignment, you have already knowledge all about soil mechanics. Okay. So, I think no, wala na mo musulod. So, pwede na siguro ta mag-start sa ato ang klase. By the way, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Clear lang
Yes,
ba ang
ma'am.
tingog nako? Di ba putol-putol class?
Yay.
Dili putol-putol?
Klaro ra, ma'am.
Ganun, ma'am.
Sige, maayo. Makita ninyo ang next page, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so we have here soil mechanics. So this is geotechnical engineering 1. So the title is soil mechanics. Okay, so we have here introduction first of soil mechanics. So what is soil mechanics? The definition of soil. Geotechnical engineering. What is geotechnical engineering? So what are the application, no? Field of application of soil mechanics. So what is the importance? Okay. Based in your assignment, what is the importance of the soil mechanics? Class. Idea. Any idea?
Hindi ko na.
Any idea, please? What is the importance of geotechnical engineering? Excuse. Oy, wala. Okay, so hello. Wala idea what is the importance of what is the importance of geotechnical engineering in the field of civil engineering? Class. Nag-assignment wa.
Nag-assignment, ma'am.
based sa inyong ano lang idea, no? What is the importance of soil mechanics, or what is the
Okay,
importance
ma'am.
of geotechnical engineering? Okay, sige. Kamaliere?
Yes, ma'am. Para may bawaan kung pareha ng soil man ma'am no, soil mechanics. Kana, it's about the land. Nga makakita ang engineer yung asa dapat mag-landslide niya para ma-prevent niya ang incident nga magkuha ng landslide dapat iya ilayo dito.
Mhm. Okay, no? So, pwede. Another, Corpin.
Same lang sa iyaha ma'am. So knowledge of soil mechanics enables the engineers to go and to construct buildings or any structures with precautions ma'am kay para maka-avoid ta sa distractions or some geohazards in the future.
Okay. What else na pa? Napay makashare sa ilahang koan idea? Wala na. Wala na? Okay, so we will proceed now. Okay, so what is soil? Or how will you define soil? Okay, so based sa inyong assignment, how will you define soil? Mr. Tai.
Yes, ma'am. Based
Okay.
para sa ako, ma'am, isang soil is one of the pinaka needs for constructing, and let's say nga siya ang pinaka main support, ma'am, for buildings or other structures na we need to know about them more kung kaya about sa geotechnical, I mean about sa pagsabot sa soil is we may understand, ma'am, kung unsa ang sakto nga building or sakto nga way sa pag-construct ani, if ever flexible or rigid ang need. So mo to ma'am pagkuhan sa pagsabot sa soil.
Okay. So that is how do you understand soil? Okay. So we have here, no? So makita ang screen? Makita
Yes,
ba
ma'am.
ninyo ang screen? Okay. So we have here the term soil. Okay. So the term soil can have different meanings depending upon the field in which it is considered. So to a geologist, it is a material in a relative thin zone of the Earth's surface within which roots occur and which are formed as the products of past surface processes. So the rest of the crust is grouped under the term rock. Di ba, no? So kaning atong or kanang gitindugan, no? Kanang gitindugan sa inyong balay, no? So that is called soil. Okay, so it is kuno the thin zone of the earth surface. So ilawom daw ana nanatay gitawag nga. Okay, so nanatay gitawag nga product as a past of surface processes. So the rest kuno ana is gitawag na nga rocks, di ba? In your geology, you have already encountered what are the different types of rocks, di ba? Ano sa man to ang mga types of rocks?
Metamorphic, sedimentary.
What are the different types of rocks?
Sedimentary, metamorphic,
Ha?
Sedimentary rocks,
metamorphic
igneous rocks, metamorphic.
Okay, no? So, sedimentary, metamorphic, igneous, so kana siya. Then, in an agricultural scientist, okay, so the loose material on the earth crust consisting of disintegrated rock with an admixture of organic material or organic matter which supports plant life. So unsa man na nga mga admixture of organic matter? Unsa may naa diha sa atong soil? Unsa inyong makita diha sa atong soil? Mga organic matter. Be.
Bacterias, ma'am.
Okay, so no na diha makita ninyo na mga mananap, na mga insect, na ay mga wati, mga unsa pa na diha na ay minerals diha ang atong makita diha sa ato ang soil. So kana siya. So this integrated rock with an admixture of organic matter. Then which supports plant life. So to an engineer, it is a material that can be okay built on. So you have the foundation of the buildings and bridges. Built in, you have basements, culverts, tunnels. Okay. Then built with, you have embankments, roads, dams. Then supported, retaining walls. So matong giingon ni Kamalyere gani. So you have areas nga prone siya sa landslide, no? So kana siya nga soil, pwede na nato siyang i-support. Okay, so through retaining walls. So all this supported what is this materials, no, ma-encounter na ninyo sa geotechnical engineering 2, which is the retaining walls and the foundation. So soil is a relatively loose mass of material, of mineral and organic materials and sediments found above the bedrock, which can be relatively easily broken down into its constituent mineral and organic particles. So meaning, ang soil ko no is composed siya of minerals and organic materials. Then you have sediments. Okay. So, 'di ba? Through a process, no, ang rock nato ang rocks unsa na siya? Mabungkag, 'di ba? No? Through a process. So I think inyo na nang gi-discuss sa inyong rock cycle, 'di ba? Sa inyong last number, illustrate and explain rock cycle. Okay, so what are the process nga no nga mo break ang atoang rocks or ang atoang soil? Okay. Then next, so okay na no, naintindihan na nato ang soil. So what is geotechnical engineering? What is geotechnical engineering? Okay, so Becken sa may na ika-share diha based sa assignment. Based sa assignment. Okay. Bilibit, do you have any idea? Hello? Bilibit.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, so what is your idea about geotechnical engineering?
So based sa ako assignment, ang geotechnical engineering is ang study sa behavior sa soils under the influence sa loading forces and soil water interactions. So what to, ma'am?
How about you, Mr. Kataag? How will you define geotechnical engineering? Or based in your assignment, what is geotechnical engineering? Mr. Kataag.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning.
Same ra kabilibit, ma'am. Pero
The same ra kabilibit. Sige daw, be. Tingaylig pwede nimo ma-enhance.
ako pagka-understand, ma'am, kay bali wala. Ako pagka-understand, man, like wala. I-study ang ako gibisya, ma'am. I-study ang behavior sa soil, ma'am, if kaya ba niya mo carry sa load sa hatong mga foundation na i-build nila, ma'am, like sa mga buildings niya. If katumpong sa mga water, if saturated and unsaturated something, ma'am, kay importante siya para sa mga building na ihimo, ma'am.
Okay, so before ta mag-build, no? Okay, no? So you have the soil. Mo man ay atong sana tungtungan sa ato ang building, the soil. Okay. So take note last ha. The first thing nga buhaton sa soil is to test. Okay? So i-test ang soil if no this soil can carry this design. Okay? So what if ma'am dili mo carry ana ang design ang soil? Mag-redesign na sad ka sa imong building. Okay? So yeah, redesign until nga makuha na siya, makorek na siya. Ha? So the first thing, especially kung mukuha na ka, high-rise building na, no? So mag-soil test na ka. Okay, so mag-soil test na ta before ka mag-start sa imuhang structure, before ka mag-start sa imuhang building. So take note, Ana. I think in your testing material, are you done with your kanang testing material? Di ba in your third year, na-discussan mo, Ana, class?
Wala, ma'am.
Hello?
Wala, ma'am.
Wala. Okay. So we have here no geotechnical engineering. So this is the branch of civil engineering concerned with the engineering behavior of the earth materials. So unsa man na siya nga earth materials? You have the soil. Okay. So it uses no diri sa tiong geotech diha na nato ma-apply. Okay. So ma-apply nato those principle in our previous what is this in our previous subjects. So like for example sa inyong fluid mechanics, no, there is some related principle nga pwede nato diri nga magamit. Then you have your mechanics, okay? So sa ato ang mechanics pwede nato siya nga ma-apply, then especially your geology. Okay, so it uses principle of soil mechanics, rocks mechanics, and engineering geology to investigate subsurface condition and materials. So determine the relevant physical or mechanical and chemical properties of the materials. Okay, you have the physical or mechanical and chemical properties. Then evaluate stability of the natural slopes and man-made soil deposits, access risk posed by sites conditions, design earthworks and the structure foundation, and monitor site condition, earthwork and foundation construction. Then, a typical geotechnical engineering project begins with a review of project needs to define the required material properties. Then follow site investigation. So, follow site investigation of the soil. So, i-test, no? Investigahan or investigate or test nato ang soil. Then, fault distribution of bedrock properties on and below an area of interest to determine their engineering properties. Okay, so in the soil man God, we have lots of what is this properties. So later I discuss na to. Then next, site investigation are needed to gain an understanding of the area in or on which the engineering will take place. Investigations can include the assessment of the risk of humans and humans' property and the environment from natural hazards such as earthquakes, landslides, soil liquefaction, debris flows, and rock faults. So, geotechnical engineer then determine and design the type of what? The type of foundation. Makita ang presentation class? Okay. or earthworks and pavement subgrades required for the intended man-made structures to build. So foundation are designed and constructed for structures of various sizes as high-rise building. Okay. So, syempre, no, after you, what is this, no, the soil test ka, nag-soil test ka, then mag-design ka. You should design your foundation. Tingali di ay ang imong foundation, dili makakarry sa imong building, no? So, kana. Then, medium to large commercial buildings and smaller structures where the soil conditions do not allow code-based design. Okay, then here is the soil mechanics. Okay. So kani siya ang soil mechanics, this is a branch no sa ato ang geotechnical engineering. So soil mechanics is an important subject in the field of civil engineering. So this subject is not only important, okay, in the design and analysis of the natural and man-made geotechnical structures. So unsa man to siya nga mga geotechnical structures na to? Okay, you have dams, you have retaining walls, you have foundations, kaya siya. But also in the development of the infrastructure such as earthen dams, reservoirs, etc. So most of the available no, on the soil mechanics deals with the mechanics of saturated soil. Okay. So mechanics of saturated soil, which is useful for understanding the engineering behavior of the soil under the idealized condition by assuming a two-phase system. So we have the diha sa to ang soil, we have two phases, no? The soil solids or the solids and the water. Meaning ang ato ang soil is ganina gi-define siya nga composed siya of what is this? Mineral and organic matter. But here, murag ni focus, no? So the soil mechanics will focus on the soil solids and the water. So kato siya nga mga organic matter, wala to siya. Neglected to siya. Okay? So soil consists of a multi-phase aggregation of solid particles, water, and air. So this fundamental composition gives rise to unique engineering properties, and the description of its mechanical behavior requires some of the most classic principle of engineering mechanics. So engineers, no, are concerned with soil's mechanical properties. You have the permeability, stiffness, and strength. Then this depends primarily on the nature of the soil grades. So the current stress and the water content and the unit weight of the soil. Okay, so we have here the applications, no? Fields of application of the soil mechanics. Sa inyong na-research, kung sa may mga field of application sa soil mechanics. So based sa inyong assignment, Mr. Agas, si Mr. Agas.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Be. So what are the fields of application of soil mechanics?
Foundation, underground and earth retaining structure, pavement design, excavation, embankment, and dams, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, sige ha. Wait sa ha. Okay, napakoy ikon. Mo na nagingon, may iba na sa mahibong na sa dang mga parehas ako ako bayagi crush out ang sa subjects. So pag nga estudyante kay wala sila mga instructor. Oo. Okay, sige. Let's continue class. Okay, so those you have mentions are correct, Mr. Agas, no? Okay, so we have here, no, different types of applications. So you have there the foundations. Okay, so kinsay wa kag foundations. Nakakita nag-say now sa foundation class? Wala. Hello. Gipilaw na mo, gigutom.
Ito man tayo
Okay.
nagtapay kung bakit ano, gikap-kap.
Gikab-kab. Wa mo kahit
Nagka-oil
ilag
pumps man ba?
foundation. Oh, ang foundation kung tapan na siya mo na nga tong tiil. Di ba, no? So mo na nga to ang
Thank you,
tiil.
ma'am.
Oh. So, I hope, no, phone sa inyong OJT, maka-encounter mo unsa ni siya. What are those terms look like, no? So, kana siya. So, for example, kinsa may nagkakita nga ang ilahang balay gi-construct. Di ba? Di kanang makita mo nga na ay mag-layout, magkubkub, di ba? So, kana siya mo nay unsa na mo nay tukuran sa inyong foundation. Okay, so foundation. Next, you have the underground and earth retaining structures. So underground structures such as drainage, pipelines and tunnels, and earth retaining structures such as retaining walls, no? Then pavement design. Okay. Pavement design can consist of the design of flexible or rigid pavements. So flexible pavement depends more on the subgrade soil for transmitting the traffic loads. Okay, so pavement, asa man na ito makita kaning mga pavement design. Asa man na ito makita? Uy. Yes. Asa man ni mostly gamiton? Kasi
Sa road, ma'am.
Okay, it's roads, no? Okay, so for example, kanang mga roads na to. Then excavation, embankments, and dams. So excavation requires the knowledge of slope stability analysis. Deep excavation may need temporary supports. Okay, so excavation. Then embankments and dams. Okay, so we have here the soil formation. So soil formation is the process by which soil is created, di ba? No? So the formation of the soil happens over a very long period of time. So dili diha no ma-form nato ang soil, but it happens kuno over a very long period of time. So soil is formed from weathering of rocks and minerals. So what is weathering? What is weathering? Okay, so what is weathering? Kamingaw namu. What is weathering?
Process of breaking down rocks, ma'am.
Okay, so process of breaking down of rocks. Okay, so weathering occurs in situ or with no movement, meaning that is in place. Okay, So occurs in situ or with no movement and thus should not be confused with erosion, which involves the movement of rocks and minerals by agents such as water, ice, wind, and gravity. So there are two important classification of weathering. You have the physical and the chemical. So when we say physical, murag mahugra siya nga natural. Then when we say chemical na, murag na anay, niagi na siya og what is this process or there is something gi kuan gani yan sa gibutang nato para ma-break ang ato ang rocks or soil. So when I say physical, involves the breakdown of the rocks and soil through direct contact with atmospheric conditions. So such as heat, no, water, ice, and pressure without any change in chemical condition. Okay? So the soil formed due to a physical weathering would be cohesionless. Okay? So when we say cohesionless, so mo na ang ato ang sand o gravel. So kumbaga, dili siya sticky or walay bind kaayo nga nahitabo between the soil particles. So sand, kung inyong makita ang sand nato, dali ra siya magbuwag. And then, for example, ang clay. So, for example, sa cohesive soil, isang ato ang clay. So, take note, ana ha. So, when we say cohesionless, that is, example of that is sand and gravel. While kung muana og cohesion or cohesive soil, you have an example of a clay. So, in summary, the physical agencies causing mechanical weathering of rocks are you have the daily and seasonal temperature changes, flowing of water, glaciers, and wind, which produce impact and abrasive action of rocks. Diba? Kung makita ninyo once ang ato ang rocks, for example, ang ato ang rocks sa kadugayon, sa sigig-uwan, everyday, kung imo ginang ipatungod sa uwan, na tendency ana niya nga ansaman mabuak, di ba? Splitting action of ice, then growth of roots of plants in rocks, fissures, and to a minor degree burrowing activities of small animals like earthworms. So kana pa lang mismo, no? Okay? So that is the physical weathering of soil. Then you have the chemical. So when we say chemical, changes the composition of rocks by decomposing the parent minerals, transforming them into a new compound such as clay, silica particles, carbonate, and iron oxide. So the decomposition of rocks is the result of the reaction of oxidation. So within the weathering environment, oxidation of a variety of metals occurs. So the most commonly observed is the oxidation of iron and combination with oxygen and water. Then the hydroxide and oxides such as goethite, limonite, and hematite. Okay. Then you have carbonation. So carbonation of rocks or carbonation of rock material is caused by carbon dioxide. Okay, so this carbon dioxide is present in our water. Then hydration. Mineral hydration is a form of chemical weathering that involves the rigid attachment. Okay. Then, what else? You have the leaching. So leaching is the process in which the percolating water washes out water-soluble salt from the soil. So soil produced by chemical weathering of rocks will be cohesive. So you have there, example again, you have the clay and silt. Then you have the residual and transported soil. So what is the difference between residual and transported soil? Okay. So residual soil, no, are those which have remained over the parent rock from which they have been formed. They are relatively shallow in deep. They are characterized by a gradual transition from soil through partially withered rock. So meaning remain lang siya. Kung baga residual, when you say residual, kung baga mga, ano siya, mga na mga pino gani nga nahabilin diha lang, okay, so wala siya na transfer, kumbaga mga may laing term. Na remain lang siya dihaan, okay. So when we say transported, no, from the word transport, na transfer na siya. In what way siya na transfer? Withered rock materials can be moved from their original site to new location by one or more of the transportation agencies to form transported soil. So transported soils are classified based on the mode of transportation and the final deposition environment. So we have here soils that are carried and deposited by rivers. So the soil is called alluvial deposits. Okay. Then soils that are deposited by flowing water or surface runoff while entering a lake are called lacustrine deposits. Then alternate layers are formed in different seasons depending on flow rate. So meaning ang kani siya nga soil na transport siya, for example, nadala siya sa flow sa water. Or you have kanang, for example, kanang mag-uwan, di ba? So kung makita nato, no, ang soil nato madala siya sa flow sa uwan. Okay, then if the deposits are made by rivers in seawater, they are called marine deposits. So marine deposits contain both particulate materials from shore as well as the organic remnants of marine life forms. Then, melting of glacier causes the deposition of all materials scoured by it, leading to formation of glacial deposits. Then, soil particles carried by wind. Okay, so no. So, pwede ang soil nato, no? So, carried by wind and subsequently deposited are known the Illuvian deposits. Illuvian deposits. Okay, so that is question. Any question, class? Question?
None, ma'am.
Okay, so nainindihan. Charot. Sino, uy? Okay. So we have here the chapter 2. So din ma-identify na to ang different types of properties of soil. So I think dili na ko So this chapter 2 class, ako na lang ni siyang i-discuss next meeting. Okay? So this
Okay, ma'am.
This chapter 1 and chapter 2, ako running i-post sa Google Classroom. Okay? So para you have what is this
Reference.
notes, no, to review. So please, this chapter 2, try to read na lang, no, what are the properties of our soil, no? So I will discuss it next meeting. Then try na lang po to answer this sample problem. Makaya ba? Try lang ninyo, ha? To answer this, what is this sample problem. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Nakuha, class? Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
if wala na question, then you can now leave the room. Okay, so I am done with your, what is this, your attendance.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
by the way, class, no? Okay, kadali lang ha, para information na lang sa tanan sad. So, if ever no makita ninyo sa inyong portal, there is changes sa ato ang teaching load. So some of the faculty is being kanang deloaded, no? Gitanggalan ni mga load. So tingalig makita ninyo sa inyong what is this, sa inyong portal nga, ma'am, wala na mi instructor ana. So maybe some of your instructor dili na mo meet ninyo kay tingalig na timing nga inyong section, inyong subject ang gitanggal. So huwat lang ta kay gi-fix pa na siya. Ha? Nakuha?
Okay,
Children?
ma'am. Okay.
Ha?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
sige. So, huwat-huwat lang sa tak. Unsay next nga, what is this next nga instructions sa amo ang sa ato ang director. Ha? So, okay na? Ta? Tingali lang ba? For the information na lang sad sa tanan. Tingalig na ay mahibong. Ha? So that is the explanation. Okay? I hope nga dili ka mo ang matimingan nga tanggalan og instructor. So okay na ta, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you,
ma'am.
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 Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.